Nice streak, no streak.
Yeah, GG's. Gotta admit, weird game from the refs, though, right?
What a call. I'll take the power play, though.
Soft call, but to take a penalty right after getting the lead, Jesus.
Thank God for the refs, but Larkin, stay on your feet and finish the play.
How is that interference? What?
I don't even know what the call is there. What?
I mean, I'll take the power play, but Marchand sold the hell out of that.
Yeah, but no call on the high hit before that. Okay, all right.
I don't think these guys know what interference is.
Oh, shit, if they're going to call him like that, everyone start grabbing sticks. You'll get a hooking call.
I mean, if that's the way they're going to call it, start grabbing sticks. Everyone's going to get a hooking call.
How is that tripping? He stepped on the stick.
I mean, if they're going to call it like that, everyone starts stepping on sticks. They're calling tripping.
Stepping on a stick doesn't mean it's tripping. That's not how that works.
I don't even want the power play. How is that tripping?
I don't know if Bruins fans are going to agree with that one.
Abuse of officials? Good.
What a win. But that is the worst officiating I have ever seen in my life.
You know what, man? You make your excuses. But we won that game on the back of the best officiating I have ever seen in my life. And I mean that. Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team, that is not a dub. Not right. Stop. Calm down. I know. Okay? But we're here to talk hockey. We're not here to talk refereeing. We're not. What? You don't want to see 20 minutes of me bitching about the refs. It's not fun. And guess what? You're going to get mad at me for this. But I think the Bruins deserve to lose that game anyway. How about that? How about sprinkle a little of that in there? All right, seriously, don't unsubscribe. All right, we could disagree. It's fine. I thought the Bruins got outplayed in a lot of areas. I thought at pivotal moments of the game, they reacted, or they ended up on their heels more than the Red Wings did. I thought a couple of the Red Wings' goals were really because our defense just wasn't locked in. And I mean, we could say all day referees had an effect on it, which they affected the game, sure. But we could talk about our injuries, the excuses and everything. But guess what? Those injuries are a thing. The suspensions are a thing. This is the team we iced tonight. And Wotherspoon cost us 2 goals probably there at the end, which was pretty brutal after a game that I thought he was doing pretty well in. Shattenkirk was solid. Lohrei was struggling with a lot of his defensive assignments. There was a lot wrong with us tonight. I don't want to sit here and just bitch about the refs because it's not fun for me. Makes me feel like a whiny asshole, which we're all allowed to be. We're all allowed to be that every now and again. But this just isn't Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. You know? Why do I bring it up? It just pisses me off. So we're not going to do that. Let's talk about this Red Wings team that had... It's kind of funny how this works, right? Red Wings were supernova hot when we played them the first time, beat them 4-1. But now they've cooled off tremendously. They started 5-1, and then they lost 4 of their next 5. DeBrincat's shooting percentage that we talked about last time at 40% has dropped down to a still insane but more understandable 24%, according to Money Puck. According to Money Puck also, their shooting percentage as a team has gone from 19% to 11%, which would still be right tops of the league, but a realistic shooting percentage, just a really talented team, right? Their offense is cooled way down, and the defense and half of their goaltending can't keep up right now. A huge part of that is also their power play, which has dropped by a 12% success rate over the last 5 games, from first in the league at 40% to 6th in the league at 28%. Their penalty kill is still top 10, the 10th, so it's still top 10. Husso is working his way back from an awful start, getting back to 900 save percentage, which is probably no longer true. And he has a .328 goals allowed average. Reimer stays super hot, a .152 goals allowed average, and a .944 save percentage. And once again, as has been a thing all year, we're going to play the goalie with the worst numbers. So Husso is going to get the start. they have Fabry out because of their injuries. That's their only big injury as far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong, John B. Pod. John B. Pod, if you don't know, he's a big part of the channel and he's a big part of the Discord. And he's a Red Wings and a Bruins fan because he's... His wife watches this channel. She just heard me call him. On our end, Olmark's going to get the start. He probably isn't putting this game on his highlight reel. We are bouncing the lines around again a little bit. We're going to go Marchand, Coyle, DeBrusque as our top line. JVR, Zacha, Pasternak as our second. Frederick, Patra, Geeky as our third. And then Heinen, Beecher, Steen as our fourth. We're going to go Lindholm, Carlo as the top line. Lohrei, Shattenkirk, Wotherspoon, Mitchell. I think splitting up the two most talented defensemen we have was a great strategy last game, and I have no fucking clue why we changed that. I have no idea why we changed that. And what cost us the game in the third period was multiple shifts of Wotherspoon, Shattenkirk. It was bad. Anyway, McAvoy is still serving now his second of the 4 games for a suspension. Lauko, Lucic, Grizz, and Forbort remain injured, with Forbort the only one who may come back soon. I think the rest are still considered week to week. And one last thing before we talk about this game overall. Not like, comment, subscribe. You thought I was going there. No, I'm not going there, but I still said it, so it kind of counts. And thank you to the members. I got to update the last membership thing as well. I'm still in a good mood. Hockey is entertainment, it's fun, it's enjoyable. I'm still in a good mood. I mean, not really. My weekend's been fucking awful. It's been really bad, crippling even. But this was a game I was looking forward to, and I think we got one hell of a hockey game out of it. I truly, authentically do. And if it weren't for some dudes in weird long-sleeve shirts skating around the ice, fucking everything up, I think it would have been enjoyable throughout the entire process. So, I think there's a lot to still enjoy here in this game that is the first week of November, the 11th game of the season, and is the first regulation loss we've had this season. Game 11. There's a lot to still feel good about. Puck drops! Ow, I pulled my hair. Playing through the pain. 5:19 in. Zacha is going to win, tie up a face-off in the left circle of their zone. We've seen this set play quite a few times at this point in the season. Pasta is going to jump in behind him, collect the loose puck, quick feet on that man, and he's going to skirt his way to the slot and fire it in on Husso, blocker side. This one's bad on Husso because it looks like not only does he knock it down, it looks like he's going to swallow it up, but he mismanages the puck. It bumps out just a little bit. And there's JVR, Mr. Net Front Presence, who's going to collect that and slam it in the net. And it's 1-0. We're less than 6 minutes into the game. And you feel good. And JVR continues to just be the best $1 million we've spent in the offseason. Just a really solid acquisition. Does he belong in the top 6? I will forever say no. But either way, he's been really good. 6:51 in. Wotherspoon is going to go for holding, which was a call that was made. And we're going to kill it because we're a good penalty-killing team sometimes. Most of the time up until this game. And then the start just gets better because 9:28 in, and it's a great keep on the line by both Shattenkirk and Patra. And Patra is going to feed this down the right wall to JVR, who's actually skating up the right wall. He's going to collect. The Red Wings near him collapse. He quickly flings it to the center of the high slot where Shattenkirk is. And the Red Wings around him quickly collapse. And so he sees this, and because Patra was on the blue line covering for him, because that's what a good center does, is they know their position on the ice, he's going to fling this back up to Patra, who's above the right circle. There's a difference with this one, though, because all those Red Wings who were collapsing to defend decided they wouldn't. And they were just going to fuck off. I don't know why I flipped you off there. That's not fair. But they were just going to screw around. And Patra goes, cool, I'm going to go forward. And he skates right in on Husso. The defender battling, I don't remember which Bruin is in front of the net at this point. Defender battling him follows the Bruin. So Patra gets to skate right in on Husso. It might as well be a breakaway. He fakes shot. Husso sells out. And he just right around him, just tucks it. And this one, the boy is getting comfortable because, you know, the big sellies that he was doing earlier in the season? Now he's just like, yeah, been there before. That was so, oh my gosh. I am a very lame person. I'm not a very cool guy, and that's all right. 2-0 off a Potsy goal. You know you love to see it. And then 4:14 left. We've had an excellent start. And that goal for Potsy was just around the 10-minute mark, right? We were on our heels after that for pretty much the entire period. Really frustrating to see them respond like that and us not be able to handle it properly, in my opinion. 4:14 left. Carlo's going to go for interference because he was skating and the Red Wings guy was skating. I think it was Larkin. And yes, when they were skating next to each other, it looks like there was some contact around here somewhere. Like the glove got Larkin there a little bit. And Larkin also got sniped. There was a sniper in the building with rubber bullets. Shot the man down. Either way, he falls over and they're going to call interference. Red Wings get set up and our gauntlet of a penalty kill. Our just brutal, amazing penalty kill doesn't come through for this one. Mostly because I benched Lucas Raymond on my fantasy team, and that turns out it was a mistake. Nice pass from Perron from the left point to Raymond on the inside of that right circle, and he has all day. They had moved the puck well up to this point and created just enough room for Raymond to just pick the spot underneath Omark's glove. He's going to bury it. It's 2-1 power play goal for them. It's fine. Omark is still an elite goalie, so a 1-goal lead still feels pretty good. That's fine. It's a weak call. We don't love it, but it's fine. We move on. 2:18 left. Pasta lays a good hit on Wallman. Wallman immediately throws a tantrum, starts shoving and pushing him and shoving him. They're going to call interference on Wallman, as they should. Now, something that I think Leafs fans would be interested in hearing, I think. While Wallman's doing this, JVR goes, "Excuse me, I am right here," and runs over, grabs Wallman, and boom, to the ice. And then Seider runs over and goes, "I'm right here," and grabs JVR and boom to the ice. And he creates a whole pile up. After all the dust settles, ice shards, whatever, Detroit is going to get the extra 2. Both Seider and Wallman are going to go, and only, I don't remember, one of the Bruins goes as well. I don't think it's even worth remembering. Oh, JVR, obviously. What am I talking about? So we're going to get a power play. Power play is butt cheeks. Butt cheeks. Second period starts. 2:55 in. Petrie for interference. But really for tripping? But they called interference. It was kind of a soft call too. We're going to go to the power play. And then 5 seconds into it, Seider and JVR come in contact. And Seider falls down. I'm still not sure what happened here. But he falls down, so it's going to be 4v4 for $1.55. Outside of the Wallman tantrum, every call has been so soft up to this point. I said I wasn't going to do this. I'm not going to do this. We're not going to worry about it. 3 seconds left of the 4v4. Lohrei and Comfer are racing for a puck. Comfer throws an arm back and gets Lohrei right in the schnoz with his elbow. Lorai's head whips back, but it stays like he keeps skating. In the same action... No, that wasn't the penalty. Stop. No, in the same action, he grabs Lohrei's stick with his arm. You know, because he put his arm back at his head and grabbed it, and then they called hooking on Lohrei. Anyway, it's going to be 4v3 for a couple of seconds, and then 5v4 for almost 2 minutes. We kill it. 8 minutes in, Lohrei goes for boarding. He fell awkwardly. Like, Lohrai's behind him. I don't even remember which Red Wing this was, because I'm just bad at taking notes for this game because there's like this weird red tint over my eyes for most of it. I don't know where it came from. And he got behind the guy, and this in no way was, it's fine. We're going to go to the penalty kill. As the penalty kill is expiring, Red Wings are set up. They got set up really easily on us throughout this one. Seider at the top of the slot to Wallman, who just, what a fucking shot. This dude loads up. And I can't even call this a sniper-rooney and cheese. Do you know why? Because a sniper-rooney and cheese feels just more elegant than this. This was more like launching a barrel of gasoline into a building and then tossing a match, and the building explodes. This shot was wicked hard. Like, really, really hard. Bar down ski. He beats Olmark over the glove. And that's 2-2. They get a power play goal. I should say another power play goal. Our penalty kill was not what it usually is. And yeah, we could probably talk about missing some pretty important guys on the penalty kill for that one. Either way, tie game. Let's see how we respond. 6:19 left. A beautiful response. It's Wotherspoon who wins a battle in our zone to finally get the puck up the ice after a period, 14 minutes of a period where we've been outshot 11-4. Coyle receives Wotherspoon's pass, takes it into the offensive zone, and quickly dishes it over to DeBrusk, who's on the right wall. DeBrusk immediately skates into the high slot, and Coyle just sprints his way to be standing next to Husso's glove. And DeBrusk looks like he's going to shoot, but what he actually does is fire a tape-to-tape missile to Coyle, who gets an easy deflection past Husso and in. It's 3-2. That is three even strength goals for the Bruins to their 2 power play goals. It just feels like you're winning this game massively, but if you had watched the game, there is a lot of pockets of this where Olmark has to come up huge, where Detroit is just buzzing. We can't get it out of our zone. I just think Detroit was a really, really good team, especially in the second, and they deserve to tie it up even without the shit calls. I genuinely believe that. 4:15 left. Marchand steps on a stick and falls over. It's tripping. This shouldn't have been tripping. Marchand fell over pretty easily, for my opinion, and he stepped. Shouldn't have been tripping, but it was. We're gonna go the power play. We don't do shit with it. We don't. I'm gonna complain about the rest both ways. I'm not just gonna do it one way. 2:40 into the third. Geeky with a breakaway. And if there's one play, if there were 3 plays you could get really upset about in this game, this would be number 3. Because he is on a breakaway. And Patra's to his left, and there's a defender just maybe half a stride behind Patra. And Geeky, from the right side, just goes in and in and in and in. And then it's so clear that there was indecision here. Gets too close to Husso, to the point where, all right, your chances of scoring from here aren't that great. And tries to force feed Patra, who has a defender draped over him. Geeky, buddy, I know you do all the little things so well, but could you do something impressive fucking once? I was so excited about your signing because I thought you were just this underrated, undervalued guy. This just multi-tool guy. But I don't know if it's confidence or just unselfishness or just, I don't know. But make the play once in a while. The little stuff we love. Keep the board battles. Keep the physicality. Keep the defensive acumen, the intelligence, the heads-up plays. Keep it all. But also, once in a while, just make the big play, dude. Just do the thing. This is why I'd be a terrible coach. Could you imagine being the player in my office while I said all that? You'd walk out of there going, what the fuck is he talking about? You'd be so confused. But you get it. As a fan, you get it. 4 minutes in to the third. A bouncing puck on a broken play leads to this chance. I have a picture of it. This chance. Carlos swats it away. And then it goes over his head and he swats it behind it. Carlos great. I just think Carlos pretty great. 6:50 in. An excellent shift offensively, multiple chances, but so often is the case with these where you have a great shift in the offensive zone and then someone gets a little overexcited. And Wotherspoon you could really point to as the person who cost us this game. He did have a strong first half to this game though, so it feels a little disingenuous to say that. But this was Bush League. They're breaking out of their zone after a long shift of being stuck. And the puck gets fed over to Raymond, who's on the right side in front of Shattenkirk. And Wotherspoon, who's on the other side, decides, oh, let me come over and help. In the neutral zone. Realizes his mistake, but too late. Turns back to go get Larkin. Dylan Larkin, That guy, well, he can't catch up. And so Raymond feeds Larkin. Larkin gets the inside positioning all the way into Olmark, basically as a contested breakaway, a guy on his back, but is going to get this scoring chance. And is able to get Olmark to come off that short side post just enough to scoot it by on blocker's side. And we have a tie game. And Wotherspoon just really highlighted what the difference is between a guy who stays in the NHL and a bubble guy. Now, Wotherspoon, I don't even know if I'd consider a bubble guy, but consistency. You can have good shift after good shift after good shift, but as soon as you have that shift that legitimately costs your team a goal, if you have 2 or 3 of those a game, you can't be in the NHL. And this was a massive one. On we go, though. It's 3-3. Let's see how we respond. Not great. About 4 minutes later, the third pair is out there again, Shattenkirk and Wotherspoon. I don't know why we changed this. Why it was Shattenkirk or Wotherspoon at this point. Either way, it was going to be a weak third pair. It's extended time in our zone again, and the puck is moved to the right side of the zone, and both Shattenkirk and Wotherspoon cheat to that side. Now, the way they were positioned, it kind of looked like Shattenkirk was the one to overcommit this time. But I don't know who was supposed to be playing whose side at this point, because it felt like they kept doing this, which was not enjoyable. Either way, that's an easy play to make, as the puck gets pushed across the ice to Perron, who's on that inside portion of the left circle there. And his first shot is actually going to misfire, which actually kind of helps. Olmark sells out in the first shot. Defense slides by him. He recollects and just fires this low on Olmark, goes right through the pads. And it's 4-3. Olmark probably wants that one back, but it's the kind of environment of all of that. I'll give him a little bit of a break there, right? You give him a break? I don't know. I don't know if anyone deserves a break in this one. But that's 2 goals in a row where that third pair has just completely fucked it up. But they're not going to be the only ones. 9:26 left. Perron misfires on the right wall in the neutral zone. And it turns into a dribbler just going into the offensive zone. On Lorai's side. And he's got Kopp. And both of them go for the puck. But Lorai doesn't take an angle that prioritizes staying between the offensive player and the net. Instead, he goes right at it. Ends up behind Kopp in the board battle. Loses that board battle because what does he not have? He doesn't have good positioning. And Kopp just gets to go right in on Olmark. And you just... Kopp skates away with it. He flings it across the slot to Comfer. Comfer is going to have a hell of a shot that goes crossbar and out right back into that right circle. And Kopp is there to collect. Lorai is still behind him, of course. And he has a wide open net. And just like that, it's 5-3. That has nothing to do with the refs. That last 3 goals have nothing to do with the refs. That is just extremely immature defensive play. That's where we are right now, guys. Lorai, Wotherspoon, Mitchell, those are guys that are going to make mistakes like this. 7:30 left. Kopp for tripping. We're going to go to power play. And finally something on the power play. 5:49 left. So we're about, 19 seconds left of the power play. Patra is handling the puck in the left corner. The ref gets it stuck in his skates, flips off Patra, does a wanking motion at him. A bunch of really disgusting stuff that the league should definitely look into. That definitely happened. Patra ends up taking the puck out of his skates, does his little circle thing, vision, and sees a seam, perfect pass, tape to Pasta, who's at the right point, across the entire offensive zone. And Pasta's got enough space to step into the high slot, hammer this, low blocker, and it finds its way in. It's 5-4 power play goal. And you feel good. You feel like we have a chance. There's about 5 minutes left. The team's buzzing. Let's go make it happen. With 1:28 left, as we pull the goaltender, Pasta is going to go for one hell of a weak tripping call. But it's tripping. We're going to penalty kill. We're going to have to play with an empty net 5-on-5. Let's make it happen. 16 seconds later, Coyle, with a pretty legitimate holding call, actually, does grab the jersey and pulls it. I mean, I'm not going to argue with that one. But he's going to do that. It's going to be 5-on-3 with 1:12 left. In a game we're down by a goal. Not great. Also at 1:12, the officials, with tears in their eyes and a urine stain on their pants, call abuse of the officials because Monty was yelling at them. Get fucked, you absolute kumquats. Coyle's call was legitimate. Don't get me wrong. You guys have fucked this game up left to right, up and down, Any diagonal direction you want to take. 3D, 4D, 2D, I don't care. You fucked it up. This is one of the worst performances I've seen from a refereeing team in a very long time on both ends. The amount of shit, not even all the calls that they shouldn't have made. The amount of shit they missed, unbelievable how bad this officiating crew was. And again, this is not from just a Bruins perspective. There's no way the Red Wings fans watched that game and went, yeah, that's a good job by the referees. The Red Wings deserve to win this game. I believe that through and through. I'm not pandering to anybody. I'm not trying to be like equal or even. No. I think they were the better team tonight. The refs sucked. And then they had the balls to be like, you're yelling at us. You fucking deserve it. Do your job. In a game where that penalty doesn't affect anything because you're not actually changing how many men are on the ice, you're just doing it because, I don't know, you want to look even softer than you have all game. I don't know. I don't know why I'm talking about this. What else happens? 19 seconds left. Lindholm and Larkin are both going to get a 10-minute misconduct for stuff. I don't know. Everyone was fighting at this point. 12 seconds left. Marchand gets a roughing and a cross-checking call. That was pretty neat. And that's the end of the game. 5-4. With 2, 4, 14, 24, 26, 28, 30. With 30 penalty minutes doled out in the last minute and 28 seconds. Soft. These refs got soft hands. Part-timers. Part-timers. Game notes! Flori, not great. Ups and downs in this one. Reason he may need more time is exactly what we talked about earlier. Consistency. If you're costing your team games with your mistakes, even if you're only making 1 or 2 of those big mistakes a game, that matters. So, tough game for him. He's still going to continue his audition for at least another game. So, we'll see how that goes. Olmark, not great. Probably wants 1 or 2 of those back. I don't think it was a devastating game for him, but certainly not one that he's going to be very proud of. And the last note, we talked about the refs ad nauseum. Even though I really didn't want to all that much. But the real crime here, even though they were so bad, is between the penalties, this was a great game. And to have so many bad calls and missed calls and just bullshit. I really thought it took a game that you could look at and just go, this was awesome, to this slog. I have no idea what they were trying to get at with this one. Not pleased. Anyway, guys, that does it for me. Like, comment, subscribe. Nailed it. The Bruins are 9-1-1. We're first in the division, and I think we should feel pretty good, even with this loss. Go Bees. Go Bees! Thanks again to those of you who have joined the YouTube membership program, and a special thank you to our top line tier members, Justin Barnard, Nick Zatrullo, and Pincent, and of course, a huge thank you to our all-star tier members, Doots42, Jeremy, A Tasty Snack, The Only Newts, DeKingery, Jonathan Harvey, and of course the Spoked Brown Tiger. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the support. You are all studs, and as usual, go Bees.